In this video, we're going to talk about systems of equations. So with systems of equations, they can definitely confuse people in that you really have two equations that you're trying to work with to solve one problem. Okay, and so we'll look at two different types of questions. So this first one is actually a little bit easier in that we don't have to do anything to cross out a bunch of numbers or variables, and I'll show you what that means in the second one. But in this first problem, we have 3x plus 2y equals 10 and y equals 2. And so we're going to try and solve for x here. Okay, so they already told us that y equals 2, right? So really all we have to do is 3x plus, I'm just writing that top problem, that top equation out here, right? I'm just doing this thing. 3x plus 2, well, they said y equals 2, so we're just going to substitute, or then y, we're just going to put in that 2 equals 10. Okay, so then we have 3x plus 2 times 2 is 4. Equals 10. We subtract 4 from both sides. 3x 6. Divide each side by 3. This guy by 3. This guy by 3. X is 2. Okay, and that would be our answer. X is 2. Okay, no problem, right? So now we'll go, so that's just straight substitution. Okay, and that's how you handle any kind of substitution. If they'll just tell you what one of the variables equals, then you can just plug it into the other equation and you're done. Everybody's happy. Okay, now for the second one, we have a little bit trickier. 4x plus 2y plus 2y equals 136. And the second equation, 5x plus y come on, 5x plus y, jeez, equals 221. Okay, so what do we do here? Okay, so in something like this, what we're trying to do is we're going to have to multiply some number by one of these so that we can get something to cancel out here. So like what we're going to do is we're going to take, and just one of those things where you have to multiply what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Okay, so with this 5x plus y, we're going to multiply it by -2. Okay, so the reason we're going to do that is this is going to give us -10x. -2 times 5x is -10x plus -2y, right? And then when we have that -2y, that's going to cancel out the 2y, okay? And then you got to do the same thing on the other side over here. Okay, and then so once we do that, then we can combine these two equations, get rid of the y's, solve for x. Okay, so what do we have here? -10x minus 2y equals, and so this is 221 times -2, and that equals -442. Okay, so now to make this a little bit cleaner, I'm just going to erase the second line here. Okay, and so now we have these two. Okay, and now we can combine them. right? Which is basically just means we're just going to add them. So 4x minus 10x is negative 6x. Okay, the 2y and the negative 2y, those cancel out, right? Because 2 minus 2 is 0. Y minus y is 0. So those don't exist anymore. Now we just have negative 6x. And then we have 136 minus 442. That's negative 306. Okay. Divide each side by negative 6. Alright, so we can just get that x by itself and solve for it. Divide this guy by negative 6. X equals 51. Okay. It'd be nice if they just said, well, just solve for x and you're done. But they might want you to solve for y also. Okay, that's probably fair. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So now we can plug in this number for x, though, in our formula, right? If we go with this top equation up here. 4x plus 2y equals 136, right? So now that will say, and I'm going to give myself a little more room again. Sorry, it's so easy to run out of room. This little platform. Okay, so we have x equals 51. Feeling good about that answer. All right, so we'll go 4 times x, which is now what we said is 51, right? Plus 2y equals 136. Okay, and then we're just going to solve for y for this little thing right here. Okay, so 4 times 51 is 204. Plus 2y equals 136. Okay, and now we're just doing some fairly straightforward algebra, right? We'll subtract each side by 204. Yeah, and when we do that, we'll get 2y equals 136 minus 204 is negative 68. Okay, divide each side by 2, y equals negative 34, right? Negative 68 divided by 2 is negative 34. Okay, so there's our y. Okay, now there is a way to actually check to make sure we got this right, and that is to plug in both of these and see if they end up equaling 136, right? So we have 4 times 51, which we just did, right? 4 times 51, right? I'm just taking this right from the top again, yeah? Right, from the 4x plus 2y equals 136. So 4 times 51 plus 2 times our y, negative 34. Should equal 136. This is just testing out our math, make sure we did it right. Okay, so 4 times 51, I'm just going to write it over here just to make sure I have enough room, was 204. 2 times negative 34 is negative 68. Should equal 136. Right? And when I go ahead and subtract 204 minus 68, what do you know? It equals 136. And that's how you check it at the end. 136 equals 136. Okay, so these take a little bit of time. Right, but here in our answer, x equals 51, y equals negative 34 works out, and really the key is to just do a bunch of the practice problems. If you get confused, don't worry about it too much. You can go back, check your work, and take a look at this video a couple times, and I think you'll be on your way to understanding systems of equations.